All right, players, welcome to the second video. You can see I've done a couple of things as we continue to learn this motion offense, again, similar to our box from last year. But you can see that I've got the three principles that we want to work on: that we follow where we pass, that we fill for that person, and when we fill, we have to exit through the center of the lane, to pull the defense and cut through. And that if I'm at the wing or I'm at another spot, I'm going to stay in what I call the lock position. I'm not filtering up like we did last year. If we want you to filter up, we'll call box regular, and you'll be able to filter and fill, filter and fill. But in motion, we want to stay locked, okay, in one spot. So maybe instead of lock, we're in a lock spot. We can't move. I also, you can see, put red whiteboard marker of the regions that we want to occupy. I've also added the defender, which is labeled a 5. Our center, which is a 5. And his job, and I'll try to keep it up when I'm doing it, is to be opposite the ball if you play that spot. You can see that I have added a defense and most kind of put them in the spot where most of them will play. In our league, a good man-to-man defense will probably actually even sag a little bit more. But again, it just depends on if you're playing a team from Minneapolis or a team from the western suburbs as well, about how they play defense. So let's go through this new motion where we follow our pass, where we fill for the person we pass to. But if I'm one of those 4 people in the box, look, I stay in a lock spot until I get the ball. Again, the difference is we want to dribble and get to the paint. We want to get a shot inside this area. This is a good shot. Or we want to kick it to somebody who is wide when their help commits, and they can get a nice medium range jump shot about right here. Okay, so I'm going to put the defender back. So again, the offense is going to start. A lot of times we want our point guard to start. It doesn't matter which side. You notice that we're taking our 4 player and having him occupy, so our 2 and 3 are here. We're going to do some things with him in a second here in the next video. So I'm going to start by dribbling, okay? And as I dribble, I'm going to push my defender into the paint. And again, here you see, instead of starting, okay, that I've come to a point where I can't get there, I am going to, this player is going to be in a help spot because of my threatened dribble. And I have my options to pass, and let's say I pass to the wing here, who is the 4. And again, my job then is going to be to push this player to the center, okay? And then you can see that I'm going to fill and follow and eventually replace that player in his spot. The 5 sees the ball on his half of the floor and moves to the other side. The 4 is going to dribble attack. I'm going to fill that region. Again, we're staying locked. And let's say this player dribbles in and gets some penetration. This player's playing tight. Maybe I make a move to the corner here, which is why we stay locked. The ball's on this side, so again, the 5 is going to move to the opposite block. This player comes to help. We always want the 5 to stay opposite, or kind of sticking opposite of the ball. I'm going to pass to the corner, right? So then, before I go there, I've got to touch the center of the lane and then clear out. This will move my defender. And this is what we're trying to create a lot, is this pass to the corner creates this wide open space. And this player with the ball is going to eventually occupy this area. So let's say we drive in here. Good. Now, one of the big things we work with this, that we, again, the 4 would fill out here. Okay, there's my defender. Is that our basic principle is if we can get a shot in here, or if I beat my man, and we know this because we did this a ton last year, and this player comes to help, then I want to dump it to this player right here for an easy shot, okay? That's why we want that player to be opposite as much as we can. So we call that dribble, drive, and dump, okay? But let's say we made it to the lane, and that player, the post stayed tight on them, and I get stopped. This player, I'm going to keep my dribble, right? I don't want to pick up my dribble. I'm going to move out here, and I'm going to pass to the corner this time. This pass to the corner tells my 5 to go opposite. It tells my 3 to touch the middle of the lane and then retreat with the defense following them over here. Now, again, here's the situation. he has the ball here. We want our 1 then to sprint to the other side of the floor. Okay, now this player can occupy this spot. And again, we've created that wide open spot. If I'm driving in the lane, again, we want to get a shot here. Okay, if the help comes from the big guy because I beat my defender, then I can dump it, and this player should be in position for a shot right there. But let's say what happens this time is I get to the lane and my player shuts me down, but this player comes in for help, right? Because this player's been beating us. Now I can kick the ball to the corner. Okay, this player was way in help spot. We can take a dribble, jump shot right there, and we have 2 players for position for the rebound. Again, this is what we call motion offense with defense and explaining what the 5 does. Our principles are we want to follow where we pass. We want to fill for the spot. But if I'm at any of these spots around the deal, I want to make sure that I stay locked or I'm in a lock position, as I say.